Welcome back everyone. Hope you all are fine. In the last video we have read about diffusion. Today we will read about SI unit of temperature. SI unit of temperature. In our everyday life, we mostly use Celsius scale of temperature. We mostly use Celsius scale of temperature. Right? Whenever we tell about temperature in our day-to-day life, we always tell the temperature in degree Celsius. We always tell it in degree Celsius. Like the thermometers that we use at our homes, in the labs, and that are used by the doctors, they are having Celsius scale. They are having Celsius scale. Now the scientists have prepared one more scale of temperature that is used for the research purpose. That is mostly used for research purpose. And that scale is Kelvin scale of temperature. That is Kelvin scale of temperature. Kelvin scale of temperature, and it is denoted by K. It is denoted by K. And whenever we write the temperature in Kelvin, we don't write degree with it. The degree or its sign is not written with the Kelvin. And there is a formula for converting the degree Celsius temperature into Kelvin temperature. That formula is temperature in Kelvin is equal to temperature on Celsius scale plus 273. That is temperature in Kelvin is equals to temperature on Celsius scale plus 273. We know that the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Now if we want to convert it in Kelvin, so what we will do? We will add 273 in it. That will be 0 plus 273. It will be equals to 273 Kelvin. So 273 Kelvin is the melting point of ice on Kelvin scale. On the Kelvin scale. And the boiling point of water will be 100 plus 273. We know that on Celsius scale, the boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. So it will be 100 plus 273. That will be equals to 373 Kelvin. It is boiling point of water, and this one is melting point of ice. You might be confused, what is melting point and boiling point? Melting point is the temperature at which the solids start melting. The temperature at which the solid starts melting and converts into a liquid. Like if we will keep ice at 0 degrees Celsius, so slowly it will melt and it will convert into water. It will convert into water. And boiling point is the temperature at which the liquid starts boiling and starts converting into its vapors or gaseous form. Now, if we want to convert any temperature of Celsius scale into Kelvin, what we will do? We will add 273 in it. But if temperature on Kelvin scale is given and we want to find temperature on Celsius scale, then what we will do? We will subtract 273 from it. We will subtract 273 from it. Suppose a temperature on Kelvin scale is given. Suppose it is given that temperature on Kelvin scale is 375 Kelvin, and we have to convert it into degree Celsius. So what we will do? We will subtract 273 from it. After subtracting 273, we will get the result. That will be 102 degree Celsius. That will be 102 degree Celsius. And the advantage of Kelvin scale, is that all the temperature are positive on this scale. They are positive. All the temperature are positive on Kelvin scale. And the Kelvin, the unit Kelvin, which is represented as K. It is the SI unit of temperature. It is the SI unit of temperature. Now we will read our next topic, that is change of state of matter. Change of state of matter. In the chapter, we have read about 3 states of matter. They are solid, liquid, and gases. These are the 3 physical states of matter, and they can be converted into each other by the change in temperature. By changing temperature, means either we will increase the temperature or either we will decrease. Means either we will heat that substance or we will cool that substance. Like if we will heat ice or we will increase the temperature of ice, then it will melt, and ice is a solid. So when the temperature will increase, it will melt and it will convert into liquid state. It will convert into liquid state. And if we will cool down water vapors, if we will cool down or we will decrease the temperature of water vapors, then again it will convert back to liquid water. So the state of matter can be changed by changing temperature, and another is by changing pressure. By changing pressure. the state of matter can also be changed by changing pressure. By changing pressure means either we will increase the pressure. How? By compressing it. By compressing it. Or we will decrease the temperature. Like in your home, you have heard about LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas. LPG. It is liquefied petroleum gas. Actually, it is a gas. But when we fill it in the cylinder, we fill it with a high pressure. We apply a high pressure. So due to that pressure or the compression, that petroleum gas converts into liquid form. That's why its name is liquefied petroleum gas. Now we will read these two in detail. Now we will read about effect of change of temperature. Effect of change of temperature. We know that if we will increase the temperature, then a solid can be converted into liquid and liquid can be converted into gas. And if we will decrease the temperature, then gas can be converted into liquid and liquid into gas. So first we will study about solid to liquid change. That is also called melting or fusion. Solid to liquid change. That is called melting or fusion. Melting or fusion. When we will increase the temperature, the solid will convert into liquid and liquid will convert into gas. So first, if we will heat a solid, it will convert into liquid. So the process in which a solid converts into a liquid, by heating at atmospheric pressure, it is called melting. Or fusion. Either it is called melting or fusion. And the temperature at which the solids melt, it is called melting point. And different substances have different melting point. Like ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius, whereas wax melts at 63 degrees Celsius, and the iron melts at nearly 1535 degrees Celsius. So the different substances melts at different temperature, or the melting point is different. So the melting point is the measure. Melting point is the measure of force of attraction. It is the measure of force of attraction between the particles. It is the measure of force of attraction between the particles of a substance. Between the particles of a substance. What happens when we heat a solid? When we heat a solid, its particles starts vibrating faster. Its particles starts vibrating faster. And when we keep on heating it at a particular temperature, the vibration of the particle increases so much that they overcome the force of attraction. That they overcome the force of attraction between the particles. We know that the particles of solid are held together in a fixed position by the strong forces of attraction. So when the particles will start vibrating faster, at a point the temperature will be so high, so the particles will move so fast that they will overcome the force of attraction, and at that temperature the solids will melt. The solid will melt. So that's all.